Tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
This is not creepy at all, but I like it.
This is during the show.
Yeah.
I don't know what you've seen, though.
But it was something. Definitely not when someone died. Welcome, guys. Welcome back to another Wayward Pines after show on AFTERBUZZ TV. Tonight we're talking about episode 2, Do Not Discuss Your Life Before. Ooh.
Creepy.
Make sure to check out AFTERBUZZ. We're on all platforms. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You also can subscribe on YouTube, iTunes, SoundCloud.
All of them.
All of them. We have so many. And we've actually been getting some really, really good feedback from you guys. Some predictions that are out of the ordinary, something that we would not even think of. So keep on coming with those discussions. We love it. We love it. I'm your host, Kanika Lal. You can follow me on Twitter at Kanika Lal. And my lovely co-host for tonight.
Hey, I'm Michael Andrew. You can follow me on Twitter at Michael_Drew. That's Michael EAL. In case you're
Best spelling of it.
In case you're wondering.
I'm Jordana Morfin, and you can follow me at Jordana_Morfin.
And I'm Paige Bonano, and you can follow me at Paige Bonano.
Sweet. So today's episode was definitely a build-up, right?
It was
Until
so
the end.
tense.
It was really intense for the second episode.
Yeah.
Like, I was not expecting that to come at all.
They went straight forward.
Straight for it.
We already saw someone get killed off already. I mean, ugh.
And one of our favorite characters.
Someone really important.
Right in the middle of the episode, the person who ends up getting killed off, I was already writing down in my notes like, oh, I don't trust her. I think it's a setup. She's setting up Burke, and I was wrong apparently.
Yeah, I remember last week you didn't really trust her, right?
I didn't.
She was the only person who was keeping Ethan sane,
Right.
And, helping him out to escape. So
Yeah, and kind of what we were talking about, we almost thought that she was a hallucination. And after, especially some of our viewers were commenting that she was a hallucination, and we were like, that's probably it. And then she actually had the interaction with Kate.
And
we realized that it's not a hallucination, it's real. And then she died. So
Exactly. And I actually kind of suspected that she would die because remember we will go into this, but at the bar, even Nurse Pam and the receptionist were like, oh, are you talking to, Ethan? You're getting close with him, just discussing your past. So it was a lot of a setup.
Yeah, you saw like it was just weighing on her. She was getting more, like every scene with her was just building to her being more and more nervous. So by the last scene, she was all rattled.
Yeah.
She was
all
mess.
messed
up. I know.
And
so
she
sad.
kept bringing up the past, like with everyone she encountered something, she would bring something up, and then she would realize it, and she's like, oh my god, you could tell that she was gonna be like, oh my god, something's gonna happen to me, like I keep doing this.
She was so nervous she brought it upon herself,
I was like, please calm down.
I know.
If she would have just settled, I feel like she could have gotten out and made it happen, but she was just
she got
too
ratted
scared.
out. She got snitched on.
Oh, it's unfortunate. R.I.P. Beverly.
Like Carla Gugino.
But let's start. Yeah, right. But let's start in the top when we see kind of the sheriff, Arnold Pope. Damn, that sheriff.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence.
Ice cream eating fool.
Yeah, right.
This guy makes ice cream look so good after every episode.
Oh my god, I want an ice cream with
Me
a cone.
too.
I think it looked like strawberry today, not rum raisin, right?
I thought it was cookies and
It looked
cream.
a little pink to me.
But
okay.
I thought it was like vanilla. It was a little bit more.
That's what. Yeah, it was
tinted.
Yeah, it was tinted.
Yeah. So
I think I called cookies and cream. What did I say? Coffee
you thought
last
that he was
week.
going to have rum raisin forever. You said that.
Yeah, and we said that he would have ice cream in every single episode. So I think it was vanilla with some sort of flavor. But
I want some now.
I wonder if the ice cream has anything to do with
For me,
this,
okay, I wanted to bring this up because I think it's something that every single bad guy has with him. Like Jafar has a bird with him on his
right.
I think it's like a little tool.
They need something to distract from.
Exactly.
So this is a Iago.
Yeah, was that the name of Jafar's bird?
Yes.
Iago. The ice cream is Iago. So we see the ice cream loving sheriff. He is cornering Ethan. And because he found out that he wanted to leave, right? And he pretty much he's playing this whole game. He's pretty much faking that, oh, you're in charge of killing Bill Evans,
Right.
Yeah. He took out the shotgun. He went straight. He
was really aggressive. It was really violent. And then we see these kids passing by on a bike.
Yeah, what was it?
And that was our first clue of, okay, people are watching Ethan, and there's apparently 7 rules in Wayward Pines.
Right. Well, also, they knew his name.
Right.
All the little kids knew his name.
Right.
And they were like, rule number 1, don't try to leave. They instantly said that. So,
they're like, hey, Mr. Burke. Hey, like my next door neighbor.
oh, we know you. Like, they're friends. But,
Exactly.
So that was really weird.
I found it weird that as soon as they rode by, I'm gonna keep calling him Terrence. Terrence like called out to them.
Yeah.
He did. They just rode by so randomly.
And at night, in the dark, just...
He's like, guys.
Something else that I found weird was they're all wearing black. Like all of them, it's a little creepy that they're all dressed the same.
Right. Well, because this hotel, and you have to do things exactly the same way. It's a Stepford Wives kind of feeling, Stepford Wives kind of theme. So, and then we also get that bird's eye view, though, of the town, which was pretty creepy, right? It's like they're trapped in some big volcano. You were saying a volcano.
It looks like a volcano. It looks like it's stuck in a volcano and it's around.
Right.
But I don't know. Maybe I just have it built in my head. I want a volcano.
Made me wonder, how can you get into the town if you can't get out of it with the... how it's wrapped around with the pole, that electrocute you or whatever those are called. How do you get...
fence, right?
Right.
Yeah.
How do you get in? Do they close it off then?
I think they get captured outside and transported in, and then they wake up there, and they don't know how to get out. I think that's what it is. I think they get found outside.
You're right.
They probably get drugged or something. And what we're going to find out in the next episode, actually, because we see Teresa, Ethan's wife, and the son come in. You know what I mean? So there are ways of...
Yeah, that's true. And they were obviously... coherent. It was not like they were drugged or anything.
Yeah.
But they came unplanned, so that's what's going to make it interesting.
True. Right.
You were going to say something, Jordana?
Yeah, like you said that they were like drugged up or something, or they Ethan, he was in a car accident.
Right.
So they bring something out just for them to come in.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So then we see kind of Ethan. He's lying down in the hotel room. He's so bothered. First of all, the hotel staff. There's only one staff member.
I know
and he's
everything always has one. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's fine.
Everything always has one. Like the hospital, one person.
Yeah.
The hotel, one person.
And that manager guy, he was just so, like, he just seemed to, they're like, he was like, oh, are you the manager here? And he's like, oh, thanks. Like, he was just so excited that someone thought he was the manager, that he was in charge.
Wasn't he sassy in the last episode?
He was
the same
sassy.
one. But apparently they have no newspapers because they don't want to get any contact to the outside world. There's no working computers. So Ethan, he gets fed up. He goes to the house of the dead body because that's what's really concerning him. How did Bill Evans die? How can I get in contact with whoever he knows? And then we see a sheriff just kind of creeping up behind him.
Yeah.
And Ethan was looking for something. He was looking for something in the shoe. And that's when the sheriff, I don't know if you guys noticed it, but the sheriff got really anxious. Like, why are you looking there?
He knew something was happening.
So did the sheriff know there was a letter in the shoe? Or, because that's what Ethan found, right? In the shoe, if I'm not
Right, and you would
mistaken.
think if he did know that the letter was there, he would have taken it out a long time ago.
Right.
Because why would he
Yes.
wait for anybody to be able to see that? And he's the one that, killed him. Right?
Right.
I think he just set him up. I think he just... I don't think he knew that the agent knew that the letter was in there, but I think he was just following him. He found him with the body, and he just used it as an excuse. And he was like, hey, you're sneaking around too much.
And he told him to stay in the hotel. He's like, don't leave the hotel. So obviously he's following him around everywhere.
So Bill, we find out later, which we'll get into, that Bill Evans died. I just don't get why the sheriff is trying to keep something from Ethan. Like, I feel like the sheriff would want Ethan to know that the sheriff has that power to kill people.
I killed him because he tried to escape. So you should know the same thing.
So I don't understand what else he's trying to hide.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's kind of throwing me off. Like, what's with the? It's like everything's a secret, but then half a secret. You know what I mean? Like, it's like we can't let him know that why you're secretly here, but then they're committing mass murder in front of everybody. So everyone knows what's going on, but they still won't tell him what's going on. It doesn't make any sense. Like, so it's like he's stuck there, but he doesn't know. They can't tell him that he killed him. They can't tell him why he got killed. But they pretty much. I don't know, just doing everything. They do everything in front of you, but then they're telling you it's a secret. It's throwing me off.
I know.
They're keeping something away from him with the Secret Service or Hassler. I feel like Hassler and Pope have connect. Well, obviously they connect. So I think that's why.
Well, we've seen Adam Hassler connect with the doctor.
Right.
We haven't seen, but I'm sure the doctor and the Pope are connected. So I'm sure
that's why I feel like maybe he's not telling. Ethan, everything,
I was thinking, like, why can't they just tell him, like, hey, you're trapped here, you're here forever, learn to make a life with it. Like,
this is what it's going to be.
I mean, if they're killing people in front of everyone, if they're chasing you with bats, just like, hey, I killed him, this is what it is. There's no need to be a secret. Like, you already can't call anyone outside.
Right.
Every time you call outside, it's freaking.
Do they want to keep it a secret for a little bit, just to like?
Maybe they
it's
wanna
like they just want to get the suspense going.
Well, I mean, if you're slicing people's throats in front of everybody, it's not gonna be that much of a secret
Well,
for
that's
longer.
the thing. The secret will be revealed in like 3 episodes.
Yeah.
But it's just, like
So-
that's like it just seems like they're okay with doing things like doing the crazy things in front of everybody.
I feel like they're trying to tell Ethan, but Ethan is just so stubborn. He wants to leave. He wants to try to find a way out.
Yeah.
And plus, I mean, like they're not going to be like right away, like this is the problem,
Yeah.
Right.
Or else it won't be it.
Just so you know, you have to stay forever. Like right when you walk in, they're not
Yeah.
going to do that.
Yeah, yeah, we have to wait.
Yeah.
So then we see Ethan. He meets Beverly at the bar, and she has to pretend that they're like start dancing. They look kind of cute together, you know.
know.
They did.
They made a cute friendship. But she mentioned something about a notebook. Did you guys catch that?
Yes.
What was that about? Now.
Because she knew Bill and she was trying to escape with Bill, she said something about Bill has a notebook. She said that he had a notebook, and if he found it, asking Ethan if he had found it.
Why did she bring that up in the first place?
Because she tried escaping with Bill.
Oh, so she was letting him know.
Yeah.
So she knew about the
Right.
notebook, and then Ethan was like, "I already found it. I
Yeah.
know that it's
Yes.
that it's a thing. I know that it's
Right.
here."
Okay. Side note: I thought it was like an actual notebook. It was actually a letter. I know that doesn't matter, but
Yeah, it was the one that was in the.
That's why I was confused.
Well, it was a little thing. It was
I thought
kind
it
of like
was
a little
was a
journal
fl-
thing that he
yeah.
cut,
It
wasn't
wasn't-
it?
okay.
To
I just saw
escape.
the
It was like
pages.
it was his little escape plan.
yeah, we saw an escape plan.
confused because later on, when he's going through his pants or jacket, another.
No, that's the one.
That's the
That's
same
the
one.
same
He
one.
just didn't take it
Yeah.
out.
He wasn't able to take it because the
Right.
sheriff walked up.
Yeah,
So-
see, that was my confusion too with the
Yeah,
notebook and
those
the
are
letter.
two.
There were two, but there was one. So then we see Ethan at the bar again with the other normal girl. Like, Dad, you Wayward Pines
yeah.
girl. And Ethan's he's trying to call the Secret Service. And I remember
again,
when we were watching, you looked at me
CPM.
because in the other end of the receiver, we think it's Nurse Pam's voice.
It's Nurse Pam. We all know it's Nurse Pam.
We don't think, we totally know.
Like,
who
we were
am I kidding here?
As soon as she's on the phone, everyone would just looked at each other, just like
Right.
And if you didn't know, if like someone was like, "Oh, who is that?" Come on, when he tricks her, 7th floor, Seattle.
There you
And
go.
she's like, "Yes, I'm here," and he's like, "There is no 7th floor," and then she's like, "Click."
I was so glad he said that because I was like, come on, Ethan, you have to,
Yeah,
you have to believe
sell
that they're all,
it.
they're all tricking you. So yes, and then Ethan's also kind of suspicious of the money.
Yes,
Right, because it's all counterfeit. It's all made before 1988, I think he said. So obviously, and he's like, any agent would know this.
Yeah.
Right.
So obviously, Kate knows it. That's what he's trying to get at. Like, I know that you know that this is fake. So
Right, exactly. Now, they have a lot of flashbacks too. Do you guys like the way they kind of? Is it confusing for you, the flashbacks in the present time, or it's just all?
They don't
really.
really
It's a nice
do much for me, to
effect.
be
They don't
honest
do
with
much for you.
Not for
I
me.
guess it's trying to give us more backstory because this next flashback we have is the wife. First we see the wife standing there. She's worried about where's Ethan. Then we see her thinking, and her thinking is when she's suspecting Ethan to have
they
an
were
affair
like,
with Kate.
having an affair before, and yeah.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. The way they've played it, so she doesn't know if he's just missing or if he ran away with another woman. I think that's really interesting. I
Right.
think that's a really great story
Because
plot.
she said she either thinks he's dead or he abandoned his family. She doesn't think that he's just missing.
Yeah.
So it's either like one or the other for her, and she's like, I have to find out if he actually abandoned us.
But it
because-
makes sense, right? I
Yeah.
think any other woman, wife, I mean, we're
Right.
not obviously wives yet, but I feel like once we would, that would be our worry.
Right.
If we had a
Oh
husband who
yeah,
had
and
an
he had
affair.
already cheated. You're gonna think that
And where could
that's
someone-
automatically gonna come to your mind.
Yeah.
And where could really someone be missing, unless they're not dead? These days, it's so scary out there. I hate to be so, but honestly,
Right.
Yeah.
and the
so-
son knows. The son knows about the affair too.
Yeah,
So
the son
smart.
mentioned it.
We do have a special message on the Whispers that we want to mention.
Yes.
There's a new show coming
Yes.
out on ABC that we want to mention,
There is.
and it's going to be
So-
really good, we think. So let's.
Great, Paige. I'm so glad you mentioned that. Because
Yeah.
of course, we have to
I
give
thought
a
we
shout.
wanted to talk about
We
it.
have to
Yeah,
give
I'm
a
very-
shout out to the Whispers. Of course. So we've all had imaginary friends.
I still do.
You still do.
What's his name?
What is his
name?
Frankie.
Oh, Frankie.
Okay, Frankie.
Frankie, thank
Frankie, please don't try to.
he's in the
please
car.
don't try to do. Oh my God. Okay. So sometimes we still talk to ourselves, right? But the case of the Whispers, actually, it's not so friendly. In fact, something or someone is telling these innocent children dangerous tasks to do. In fact, it's a threat to the human race. People are dying because of this whispering.
That is
children.
beyond creepy.
So we're gonna check out a promo from ABC to see what the whispering is all about. You know what I'm saying? And
And
you've got some information in front of you about the show.
Okay, I was actually going to get into it after the promo, but let's talk about it now.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Let's talk about who's in this, first of all. We have
Please.
Lily Rabe from American Horror Story. Barry Sloan from Revenge. We have Milo Ventimiglia from Heroes.
Oh, I love that guy.
Yeah.
I love Milo.
House of Cards, Kristen Connolly. So it's interesting because you would think it's about spirits, usually. You would think it's about spirits, but it's actually, because the FBI is getting involved, don't you think it has something more to do than just spirits?
It's got to be something more supernatural than that, because like aliens or something that goes along with it. Because, I mean, if it was just ghosts, like you said, the FBI wouldn't be involved. So there's obviously something more going on than just little kids having imaginary friends. Especially with their slogan is not all imaginary friends are imaginary.
Exactly.
So it's kind of getting at something more than
Extra
that.
creepy. Yeah, I'm going with the aliens.
I'm going with aliens too.
I think
Checkmate aliens.
for sure. I mean, we know that aliens, anything foreign, does not like human beings. They don't like the human race. So anything to get through, I mean, well, we don't know that. I'm sorry.
If you've seen Independence Day, you know.
Based on
they're
past film and TV, that's the way we make aliens. Hollywood portrays aliens that way. And they get through children. I guess children are the only way to get really channel their energy into, which we'll find out more. You guys gonna watch this definitely, right?
Of course, I'm down. Yeah.
It looks really interesting.
They have the first 5 minutes already on ABC, so you can check that out. Steven Spielberg's actually executive producing the show.
That's the thing that's got me.
Yeah.
Spielberg's.
He doesn't mess around.
So we know it's going to be good.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes,
We
hope
yes.
so.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's The Whisperers. Definitely check it out June 1st, Monday, June 1st, on ABC, 10, 9 Central. Everyone will be whispering about it this summer, for sure.
I'll be screaming it. Like, Whisperers, you see it? Did you see Whisperers? Oh, my God. All right.
Thank you, Paige, by the way.
You're welcome. Now let's get back into Wayward Pines. Now that we got...
Now I got something new for my DVR.
Right. Another creepy thing we're talking about. Everything is just so creepy. Networks just want to creep us out all the time. So then we see Ethan visiting the toy store.
You were excited there.
Yeah, I did. And Kate, she's such a good actress. I have to shout out to Carla.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the way she's portraying, trying to hide something, yet trying to pretend everything's okay.
Her extra creepiness in this.
Her husband, though, is just... he just pops out of nowhere.
He does
Carol?
Well, Ethan's trying to pressure Kate, saying, like, what's happened? Like, come on.
And she's just not giving.
She's not, and then the husband just comes out. He's like, oh, hey, I didn't see you there.
Right.
Which, of course, he heard it the whole time.
See, but that's the thing I'm talking about. I know it sounds like I sound very confusing when I'm talking about, because this show is confusing.
It is, yeah.
But when he goes in there and speaks to her, he's so open with like, "Hey, listen, I know you're not here. Nothing makes sense. I'm trying to get you out of here," knowing that there are mics everywhere.
Right.
So everyone pretty much knows why he's there.
Right.
But they're still kind of like beating around the bush with him.
Right.
But then again, they're not, because then they still have the rules. Why would there be 7 rules if it's a normal town? They're trying to act like it's a normal town, but then they do these things that are completely abnormal around him. I don't know. It's just like just tell him.
Just tell him. I know it's frustrating because we also want to know too.
No, but I'm just like I don't know. But maybe I'm overthinking it. But yeah,
that's the thing. Maybe there's a reason why they don't want to tell him just yet.
Yeah.
It has to be. There has to be something.
Maybe they just want to confuse him more.
Yeah.
Just so he's more like out of it.
He must have done something to be there.
When we see him in the hospital with the doctor, you can see he's like...
There is a reason, and we're going to get more into some predictions, but there is a reason why Adam Hassler is involved, why his own Secret Service partner is involved. It's because Ethan is there for a reason, and they want to keep it a little bit...
That's true.
Hidden until the right time and the right place to kill him, probably. So, Kate's actually giving him some sort of secretly, what's the word?
Hints?
Yeah, whatever. I was going to use another word. But yeah, she's saying that Bill has a wife named Patricia. She gardens her pink flowers
in front of their brown house.
Yeah, in front of the light brown house. So she's giving him clues. He's like, okay. Let me go see the house. And before he leaves, though, she gives him a few rules.
A little outline. She gave him
that's written on the board. Do you guys remember the rules?
I have some. It said, don't try to leave.
Yep.
Don't talk about the past. Always answer the phone if it rings. And there was one more. What was the fourth one that she said? I missed it.
Yeah, there's like 7. I didn't read all
Yeah,
of
she
them.
gave 4 of them, I think, right away.
And there's
like
a poster, or a little poster, right when he walks out. Do you
Ten
remember that?
Commandments.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
that's what it was.
I missed that.
Rules.
It was like a little poster.
They have that
by the
around
door.
town.
You know what I love though is when he was like, he's like, I didn't know you're married, and she's like, we kept it intimate, and he's like, so did we.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
She's like,
there you go. And she's like,
I was like, you always
like you can tell when she like goes back in her
Yeah.
memory. And she's
Right?
like,
she's
what-
good,
yeah.
man.
She is
She's
really
so
good. She's really good. So then we see Ethan knocking down the door, and poor Patricia. She's like, oh my god, my husband.
And
Not
he's
really
like,
her husband, but
your husband was in the Secret Service. She's like, my husband was not in the Secret Service. So obviously they never, like, the rule is don't talk about the past. He never even disclosed that with her, which is crazy because you would think they were married for a year, she said. You would think that he would have told, or she would have known that he came in the town, he was trying to escape, whatever. Wouldn't they have talked about this at some point? Like,
And
No.
what's weird?
it's just crazy.
Well, no,
He
she was
converted.
nervous
He
because-
converted to their life.
But what's weird is they had a baby. She's been there, what, 5 weeks?
honestly,
Yeah,
I'm not.
wait.
That doesn't
honestly,
make sense.
No,
Maybe it's not
guys,
his.
Can I just tell you, I'm not buying any of that. Shh.
ish.
Ish.
I'm not buying it because I think it's all a lie. I think Bill Evans he obviously died because he tried escaping.
And also she said,
Patricia and the baby, I don't know. I think it's all set up.
Maybe it's a recording.
well, because she said he
Of the
killed
baby?
himself.
Yes, we heard the baby. Maybe she knew
Yeah.
he was coming.
Good call. Maybe
so
it's
she was like,
recording.
oh, it was a baby.
Do you think it's a tape player like crying?
Yes.
Well, they had the crickets, the tape player. It could definitely be a
That's
baby
true.
player. A baby player.
You
Is that a
make
thing?
a very good point. You make a really, really good point.
Yeah.
What was that thing you just touched on right now
What was I saying?
about her saying that he killed himself?
Oh, she was like,
yeah.
he killed himself, and I watched him. Which we later find out that the sheriff slit his throat, and everyone watched, but she said he killed himself, and I watched him. So how did...
Because he tried to escape, so he did it for himself. I think that's what they think. I think that's like, you shouldn't have let... If you leave, you're killing yourself.
He did it, yeah. He did it to himself. It's just crazy, though, because if he was that
But then
invested...
Beverly said that the sheriff killed him, though.
Right.
Right.
So,
But he tried escaping, so he brought it upon himself.
oh, that's what
Because
you
she
said.
said
He
I
tried to
killed-
escape.
he
Oh,
killed
okay. I
himself.
thought you said he actually killed himself.
It's just
because-
crazy to me, though, that he was so, like, if he was so invested in, like, finding this escape plan and leaving, that she had no idea that it was going to happen. That she didn't know he was in the Secret Service.
He could have married her and as like a cover to make it
True,
look
okay.
like he's with everything. And then he was just like, all right, let's do it. And then they caught him.
That's a good point. Right.
So
maybe
much.
that's what-
There's so much that we can just. I don't.
I was going to say, maybe that's
just
why he
wanna
left.
know
What's
now.
her name?
Oh, what?
Maybe that's why he went by himself instead of bringing, I forgot her
Beverly?
name. Beverly with him because he didn't want to put Beverly in danger.
Oh no, he already put her in
He already put her in a lot of danger.
So then we see Ethan. He's going to the sheriff's office, and the sheriff he has his ice cream.
He's just chilling in the jail cell.
And he just I was like,
I found
why
that
is he in the
weird.
He's
jail
like,
cell?
he does ice cream laying down, like kicking back. He doesn't care.
But pretty much the sheriff is urging him to not get any closer to the body. But that doesn't stop Ethan, because the next scene we see him investigating the body
I know.
in the hospital.
Stay away from the body. He instantly goes, yeah. He, like,
Right.
right
And
after.
he says, leave it to the professionals. What professionals, please?
I know. Any professional with an ice cream, do not
Yeah,
trust.
no.
Yeah.
Do not trust. And then we see our favorite character come.
Nurse Pam.
Our girl.
Pam.
Our
Nurse
girl.
Pam.
Okay, we need to talk about like that interaction between Ethan and Nurse Pam.
Oh, yeah. And the
We
thing,
need to talk about
So first he's investigating. She's like, "What are you doing here?" Blah blah blah. And you could see the scars on her face, right? From the last
Yeah.
episode.
'Cause he
that they
handled
had.
her.
Oh yeah, he did. And then she goes, "Oh, have you got in touch with your wife yet? I've been hearing you trying to call her." And then what did she say?
He's like, or she's like, what, are you going to bang her brains out? It's like, where did that
Like,
even come from?
just so random.
So twisted.
all four
and
of us, we were
creepy.
watching it, we were like, what?
That just shows you that she's psychotic. Something is
Like, that
crazy
really-
about her.
It's twisted.
creepy.
Like it's
Ugh.
trying to be sexual and creepy at the same time.
Exactly.
And
Well, she was just taunting him the whole time.
Taunting him,
Right when he
exactly.
walked in, like, oh, I knew you wanted to talk to your wife. Like, what happened? You didn't get in touch with her?
Oh my god, wait. And when she says that, that brings me back to, hey, she's
Yeah, that's
the
what I
one
was
on
thinking.
the phone. I wonder if he caught on to that.
I was thinking that exact same
That's what I'm
thing.
thinking.
Because he kept calling and calling and
Yeah.
calling. She's like, I know you really wanted to get in touch with her.
Exactly.
Like, stop calling. You're being annoying.
Exactly.
She just
I hope he
balances-
does catch on, because that voice, no one else has that distinct voice.
Yeah, I know. Even the first episode, we're like, Nurse,
Right.
why is he calling Nurse Pam?
Right.
But she balances like she balances everything so good. She can balance being nice, being crazy, and then just being straight perverted. It was just so crazy.
Because I liked her the last episode. I was like, she's really nice.
Oh yeah, you wanted her for a nurse, for a grandma. I was like, no,
she's just like some deranged, twisted old woman.
Yeah.
Did you bang your wife? How was it? Okay.
Tell me more.
Right?
Weird.
But then we see a very, very important, I think, moment. We see Ethan hallucinating that his wife and his son were there. Mm-hmm. So he does get hallucinations.
Right.
That's like
Which makes us question
clue
if he's okay or not.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because this whole time I didn't think he was ever hallucinating. I was like, he's not really. Maybe with Beverly, but I didn't think it was actually happening. And then when he did hallucinate his wife, that makes me question everything that I knew before.
Yeah, we don't know how much he's hallucinating right now in the show.
That's why I think everyone is getting to him at this point now.
I
he's
think
getting like, what is going on?
And I feel like in the interaction between the doctor and Ethan, it showed me that maybe they're trying to make him believe that he really does hallucinate, and they're going to give him some special treatment or surgery or something. So they're just trying to break his mind even more. You were going to say something. I just wanted to say that one point.
I was going to say, what if he really was leaving his wife to go find her, and he got caught in the car accident, and this whole Wayward Pines thing is just... While he's unconscious in a coma, he's just dreaming this whole thing, and he's really looking for her. He's really looking for his partner because he's going to go leave his wife. So on the other side, the wife is really when she's really looking for him, she's really looking for him.
And then this is his punishment in his mind. Like if I go cheat on my wife again, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to get stuck in this crazy town.
Yeah. That could be the angle they're trying to push, like so you don't know.
I would hate it if it's all a dream.
I don't.
It can't be a dream because what happened?
It's a good interesting prediction, though. Yeah, very interesting.
Didn't we see the doctor speaking to the FBI guy at the end of last episode? So
it can't be a dream.
Yeah, something's going on.
Yeah.
Right?
It's not just
wait, it's not hallucinating.
Right?
Yeah, because he said let's end the project or whatever.
Yeah.
It's already started.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So it can't be hallucination.
Something I found interesting was when he sees the little map or note, Bill's note.
Yeah.
And it's a map. How does Bill know?
Right?
Like, how does Bill know what the city or little town looks like? Did you guys catch that?
But what the whole town looks like? Yeah. I'm sure he did a lot of investigating when he was there. As a Secret Service agent, I'm sure him and Ethan relate to that in so many levels. You know, he probably really went around and...
I was thinking the same thing, though. Like, he knew inside out. And, like, it's so big. Like, how did he have the time to... I guess he wasn't doing anything else.
He has like every tree counted. 1, 2, 3. All right, there you are.
So then we get into this. We get into this really intense scene of. So he's looking at the map, the escape plan,
right?
And we see that he has a microchip in his arm, his leg. Yeah. What? I'm confused. Where was that? When was that planted inside
when he knocked
of him?
out.
Yeah, when he was in the hospital the first time.
So then, remember we thought last week that the surgery. They wanted to plant some chip in. They already did it. They were already one step ahead of us and of him.
Well, it was weird, too, because, like, the psychologist came back into play, obviously, when he saw the hallucination, and he was like, do you give me your consent? I need your consent. I need the consent.
Yeah.
And, like, at the beginning, they were fine with doing brain surgery on him and not having any consent. So, like, where did that come from?
I still think the doctor is on Ethan's side.
He seems really innocent and, like, nice guy.
I think
I don't trust him.
I think he wants
There's
to.
no way.
He's short, bald, and has glasses. You never trust those guys in movies.
Face on him, like
I know
he's just help you. You can help me.
But if he's working with Adam at this point,
I know.
Dangerous.
Maybe he might change his mind, but
Well, I normally trust guys who eat ice cream, but according to Wayward Pines,
can't trust Arnie.
you can't.
Can't trust Arnie. Can't trust
anybody.
Jafar.
Yep.
We call him Jafar now. So then we get that really beautiful scene of her taking out the chip and it's all bloody and
Putting duct tape on it.
Yeah.
I know. They went right to it too. Like they seemed really cool with it.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, just take it out. All right. You got anything? Duct tape. That'll do.
And then and then she took hers out later. Like, where was all the blood? Where was the screaming? Like, you can't just dig in your leg.
That part was a little bit of a plot hole, I think.
Yeah, I was thinking that she took it out already.
Yeah, didn't she take it out before?
Yeah, and she just keeps it on her.
Okay. Yeah,
You
she could have.
No, she said that she took it out in the bathroom. He said
no. She left it in the bathroom.
Yeah.
she probably already had it in her pocket
Yeah, she probably-
and left it there
Because the first time they were going to escape, she probably took it out way back then.
with Bill.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Because she had no knife, no nothing.
Right, because right
no
away.
anything, sorry.
Yeah, right away when they were she was like, you need to take out your chip. And I was like, where's Beverly's chip?
Right.
I was like, skeptical about it, but
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, before we get to just that, pretty much we get the the news that Pope did kill Bill Evans. That's what Beverly told Ethan. And they were having a discussion about how it's still 1999. And she has never heard of Obama.
No, Obama.
She's never heard of 9/11. And yeah, Clinton's still the president.
And she said that her birthday was November 1st, 1960. And she's
he
54.
She looks good for being 54, according to Ethan.
So how old is she?
I don't know. But something I'm wondering is why that date, that year?
Yeah.
You know? What about that year?
Exactly.
Like, did they give her that birthday? Like, you know, did they give her that day, like, in her...
Yeah, I don't even have a theory on that.
It's just
one.
weird because where would she have gotten it from? Like you're saying, like where?
I mean, she could really.
I feel like if you write down all these clues one day, because we don't have jobs or a life after this, like we should we'd probably get it all, like, you know.
Well, remember, Carla is
like tomorrow's gonna write down all the clues, the birth date, this. I'm sure we'll get it.
Yeah,
it's like really racking my brain, man.
Carla Cugino's character.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be younger than she is in that episode.
Oh, yeah.
And Beverly's supposed to be older.
Right.
So, and neither of them look their age.
That's true.
It's just
I forgot
weird.
about Kate.
So something's up.
Yeah.
I just wanted to point that out. I don't have a theory on it.
We obviously know something with time is crazy because everybody thinks it's a different year. Everybody thinks they've been there for less time or more time than they have.
Which some of the predictions from even our fans have been getting that they're in some sort of time warps, time lapse. They're even going back. They're even back in time, or they went forward in time. Something I don't know.
Maybe it's that place they're at, the volcano dome place.
Yeah,
maybe there's something about it.
It's just weird that some people think it's later and some people think it's earlier than it is. Like where does it come from?
Where does it exactly? Well.
Guess we'll find out.
We will find out. And then we get the scene of Ethan and Beverly. They're walking, and Ethan tries out some sort of experiment with the microchip.
Right. So the camera moves when both of them pass, and then he gives the chip to Beverly, and he tries it again, and it doesn't detect him.
I thought that was. I don't know. I thought that was. Okay.
So there's
minor details.
But pretty much we know now that don't have the chip on you because that's how they're watching you. We know how they're watching them now.
It's crazy that the cameras somehow connect. And those old school looking cameras too. They look like 1960 cameras, and they're following you just based off the chip. I found that.
And they needed that many cameras in that one spot. Like, what's really going on?
It was a camera store, though, right? That's a camera store. Yeah. And then Beverly makes a comment how she's never seen a plane in the sky, which is interesting. Another point that nothing comes.
And he mentioned something about cars.
Well, there's no one driving. There's no one in that town. It's so empty. Side note, though, the author of Wayward Pines, he got this inspiration because he used to go to this town I forgot the city. Sorry. But this town was exactly like Wayward Pines.
Oh, really?
Ooh. And then as he would visit, he'd be like, what if... Like, he would start thinking about things like, what if everyone was this way? And, like, what if... you couldn't... He started just making up the rules as he was in the town, which is why he came up with this idea. There is a town out there like this, so empty,
find out the
so
name
eerie.
Yeah,
let's go visit
I know, right? We will. Yeah, let's go visit
like a special.
We'll do an AfterBuzz TV special to this town.
I'm down
with Blake Crouch, and then we get Kate and the husband popping up like everything's okay, like life is just going by and whatever, and they're like, yeah, let's come over for dinner. They had this planned. Oh yeah, they had a motivation.
Well, it was weird too because they said, I don't remember who said it, but they said Evans didn't trust Kate, and I'm like, they were partners. Why doesn't he trust her? I mean, I wonder if he didn't trust her the entire time, or if he just didn't trust her right when they got into Wayward Pines.
Beverly was right when they were walking to their house. That's when she's like, I don't trust her, or Bill didn't trust her because she's behind, or she's part of it.
She's converted. She's fully on it. That hurt my heart.
But why did she help Ethan though? Direct him to the house.
Maybe she tried to warn him, like, don't listen. This is the way it is.
Yeah,
you don't want to get killed.
Yeah.
Right.
But she doesn't want him to get killed.
Yeah, whoosh.
Because that whole plan was to kill Beverly, not really him.
Was it
No, they both would have got caught together.
I still don't understand.
Really?
That whole thing.
Yeah, because they were looking for him too, right?
Yeah, they're looking for both of them, and he just.
But Sheriff made an announcement that finally we have Beverly because she.
Oh, really?
Brings up the past.
She brought up the past, but I think that was Kate's plan for her to bring up the past.
I don't know.
But it didn't
I think they're trying to keep. I think they're trying to keep Ethan alive, and anyone who's getting in the way.
Is going to be dead.
Anyone who's getting in the way of him escaping and finding out the truth will be dead. But he will be dead soon, according to them.
I was just thinking that they were killing Beverly because she was trying to escape, but I didn't know that they were killing her because she brought up the past.
Yeah, that's exactly what he announced.
Yeah.
He did.
What was I doing when he announced that? I didn't hear it.
You were focusing on her being hung. That's what I was doing too, okay, girl?
Right before the knife, he said that.
Wow. And
So
that's why
let's
she
talk
was
about
so
that.
freaked out.
So then we get a quick scene of Teresa. She's planning to go to Idaho with the son. He's like, I want to come along. Little Ben, getting himself in trouble.
I know.
He just wants to stay with his aunt. I don't blame him. But
He didn't want to go to school the next day.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to go to school.
He didn't want to go to school.
But he misses his dad.
Yeah.
He wants to go to see his father.
He's a smart kid though, because he's like, he knows something's up, and he knows he's with Kate, or you know, it's just
He was like, maybe he's with that woman again.
I mean, poor son, he just wants his family to be together. That's what he made in his birthday wish on that isolated park that we saw last week, right? And then we get the dinner scene, and it's really creepy.
Right. Well, because Beverly first brings up her daughter, and then she panics, and like the whole plan goes out the window because she freaks out about it. But I mean, at first, it was just so weird because I know that they're not supposed to bring up the past, but she was just like, "Oh, I have a daughter," and then she instantly, and I was like, "Wow!" And then it was like, she really has a daughter, and did she just remember this, or has it been something that's been?
That part was very confusing.
Really confusing.
No, I think she already knew. But I think she just lost herself because she just never says it.
Sure.
And she just lost herself and she got too comfortable and it came out. But what I'm thinking is it an instant death? Like the moment you bring up your past, you're dead? Is it like that?
I know.
But she brought up her past in the bar too. Remember?
Yeah.
So maybe she just keeps bringing it up.
But
So they're like,
the
hey,
more
you keep bringing it up.
It's like 3 strikes, you're out kind of thing.
And like the daughter is a big part of her past. It's not just something little. Like it's who she was.
Yeah, exactly.
But do you think she called everybody, you know, when she set up the alarm to catch them? Do you think she did that because she brought up her past or because they're running away?
Oh, that when Kate called?
Yeah. When everyone like, when all the phones were ringing.
They were trying to escape because Beverly was trying to take the chip out, leaving the whole escape plan, which Beverly was so nervous about. And then this husband and the wife are already suspicious that they're leaving. Yeah, of course. All of a sudden, all the phones and all the houses start ringing.
And all the lights start turning
Obviously, it
on.
leads to that rule of always answer the phone when it rings. But the connection of them escaping and the phone ringing is so...
Because it's like, what if they would have answered the
Unknown.
phone? Because it was like a payphone that started ringing right away? Or was
I thought it was in someone's house.
Yeah, no,
I thought it was just a signal.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Signal
what I thought.
everyone. Like, oh... Because all the town people came together and they saw Beverly get executed, so I feel like it was just a signal for them, like, oh, let's catch her because that's the plan for all along.
I think they were calling everyone. I think everyone's phones and all their houses were ringing and
like
they picked
they're
it
answering like it's time.
Yeah,
you know,
like the phone started ringing, and then all the guys started dressing in black and putting their hoods up and grabbing bats.
And she said this is exactly what happened when Bill Evans died. The phones rang.
That's so creepy. Can you imagine that if you're in a town?
It's like they're like, they're all obviously trained, but it's like instantly the phone rings. They're like, all right, we're gonna kill somebody. Let's go. Like they didn't even blink. It was just like, all right, put on our hoods, grab a bat, let's go kill him. You know, it's just crazy.
This reminds me of that movie. You ever see The Wicker Man with Nicolas Cage? Okay, well, he's kind of.
I know which one you're talking about, but I don't think I saw it.
Not the bees.
Not the bees. He's pretty much in a creepy town, and it ends with creepy people. It doesn't end well for Nicolas Cage. The creepy people pretty much end up catching him, and they pretty much end up burning him alive. Spoiler if you've never seen the movie. It's not that great anyway. But it's...
not missing out.
So every time I'm watching this, I'm kind of paranoid for Agent Burke. I'm like, uh-oh.
Something I noticed. Oh, sorry.
No,
Something I noticed when they were beheading or slicing her.
Beheading. When they behead her.
It's just I was expecting that, but it wasn't that, you know.
Yeah.
But when they show the crowd, some of the people in the crowd seem like they're kind of like
Yeah, they
Kate
are.
flinched,
and
Kate
some of
flinched.
them weren't. They were just like
Oh,
really
no.
into it. So there's like,
Clapping.
so I feel like some people in Wayward Pines are probably still sane.
They want to be
Because
saved.
and you could just tell that it hurt them and they felt some pain, you know?
You're completely right. That's what Beverly said. She said we're in fear of what happened to Bill. We're in fear of dying. Of course, some people are affected. Some people are probably so brainwashed and so taken
That
over
they're like,
that
"This is
they
great."
love Wayward
love it,
Pines.
yeah.
You know, they want to raise families there and have their children go to school school. They're a little creepy and messed
it's like
up.
a witch hunt for them. Like, they put it all on display, and she's in, shackled up, and it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, before we wrap up, I want to say one scene that we forgot to mention was that Ethan did find a backpack on the tree, and he saw someone shooting.
Wasn't it Arnold Pope?
I thought it was Arnie.
Okay, so it was Arnie.
Yeah. Was it Arnie?
What was he shooting? I didn't think there were any nature there, number one. And number two, what was in that?
I thought he was shooting at like birds or something like that. That's what it looked like because he was holding the gun up.
Okay, so that was a random scene, but maybe it'll mean something later.
That the pack was there because of the...
I think it was the map.
The map.
Right? It said,
okay.
The map at the bottom.
The map said pack by the trees.
Right, so he found that, and we don't know what's in it yet.
We don't know what's in it.
Okay.
We don't know what's in it at all.
Right.
So that's interesting. What were we going to say? Sorry.
No, I just wanted to, let's please talk about the big final scene.
Well... You pretty much just said the whole scene.
All right, so pretty much...
You want to go more into it? Well, there was blood gusting out of this side. And
did you guys like it? I didn't like it.
Well...
I just didn't
Did you wish she died in another way?
I didn't either.
No, I mean, like, if you're gonna slice it, like, it just seemed like it just felt like they wanted to do this grotesque scene, but it's on Fox. It's not HBO, so they just kind of half did it.
Behead. I thought of something like something crazy's gonna happen.
They want to make it just something really dramatic.
It was like the side of her neck, and just cut here. Next thing you know, she has a big gash around, but
she's instantly dead.
He only slit like above her shoulder blade, and I was like, it didn't even look.
Well, we are going to miss Beverly.
It's crazy.
Julia Lou. I can't believe she's already gone in the second episode. But then we get Teresa and the Sun in Idaho. So we're going to see next episode. Before we get into predictions, though, are we getting into predictions? Voice above my head. Just letting you know that this show, the ratings doubled, it tripled after 72 hours it aired, and that's the first time this season on any network the show went up. Because of us, completely, because of AfterBuzz TV. So go Wayward Pines. Quick predictions.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Hey, there I'm talking about. Well done, voice in the sky.
Thank you for letting me know.
Someone else
I feel safe.
Jordana, what do you think?
Oh my god. Well, honestly, I don't even know what to predict because Beverly got cut off so quickly. I didn't expect that one out of anywhere.
Right.
Okay. Well, we see the son and the mom coming, so I don't know. Maybe something's gonna happen. He's gonna run into them. Maybe he's gonna hallucinate and thinks it's not real.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I predict something's gonna... Obviously, we saw that Arnie was cutting their oil or cutting their oil. Something happened with their oil. So I feel like somehow they're still going to get into the town, and they're going to either try to get them out of the town because they weren't part of the plan, or they're going to get into the town and something crazy is going to happen because of it. I don't know.
I think they're going to get stuck in the town, and when Agent Burke is so close to escaping, he sees them in the town, and he won't even know why they're there, because remember, he saw them already in his hallucination, so he's going to be confused. But now he's going to be stuck. He's going to have to go back into the town and stay there because now he has to save them as well as himself.
I also feel like he's going to end up, because he was trying to escape too, so that he's going to be in jail or something. Yeah. They're going to figure something out for him.
I think that the sheriff is going to use the weakness of Teresa, the wife, and the husband to separate. So maybe he'll plan something where... Because I know in the next episode, Ethan's trying to get Kate to help him to escape. And she's like, you're never going to get out alive. So maybe they're going to plan for Teresa and the son to see Kate and them together. And then it'll separate them. You know?
So maybe he won't even know.
And then
she won't even know that Teresa even entered Idaho.
And she's going to leave thinking, well, he did abandon his family in this town. She doesn't know it's a crazy place.
That's what I think, because that's why Wayward Pines is so... I said Wayward Pines. Wayward Pines is so twisted.
That's a good one. That's a good call. I hope that doesn't happen.
I kind of like
that because you want them to help each other. Anyways, what a recap. Thank you guys so much for tuning into AfterBuzz TV. Make sure to check us out on YouTube, iTunes, and SoundCloud, as well as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We are buzzing it all around. I'm your host, Kanika Lal. You can follow me on Twitter at Kanika Lal and on Instagram at You Can Have It Lal.
Hey, You Can Have It Lal? That's your Instagram? That's nice. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Michael_Drew, Michael EAL.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Jordana_Morfin.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Paige Bonano.
Thanks, guys. See you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AFTERBUZZTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AFTERBUZZ TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.